You're a WWE superstar, but let's talk about the triple threat match for the title this weekend with Becky Lynch and Carmella. What should fans expect?
Yes, so what makes this different is I'll be facing my best friend.
Oh.
But I think that's what makes us best friends is because we push each other to be better, and she knows everything's game. I mean, I want to win, she wants to win, and then there's Carmella. She's beaten me twice, so obviously I want the title back and to get payback.
What? Okay, real quickly, like, what is that like with your best friend? Whoever wins, are you guys you're gonna be good the next day? You're gonna have any animosity or?
I always say you hit your friends harder. So I'm like, yeah, I'm coming for you, woman.
Watch out, Becky. You heard it here.
What other matches on the card should we be looking forward to?
Well, Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. I think that a new Raw Women's Champion will be crowned. And then Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. I think it's time for Roman to walk out the champion.
I just want to know, what made you get into it? Other than your pops, what made you get into it? I'm just watching the highlights right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I don't think I could do that. And I played football. It just looks so rough.
Everyone thinks it was my dad, but really it was my little brother. He grew up wanting to be just like my dad and idolizing him. And in 2012, I decided to move to Florida and try out WWE's developmental system, NXT, and to do it with him. And then I guess the rest is history.
There's been a huge revolution in women's wrestling over the last few years, and you've been a huge part of that. What has that been like for you?
It's really hard to take it all in when you're in the moment because it's go, go, go. Everything's always changing. But I just work with an amazing group of talented women, and we all want the same thing. And especially with the new all-women's pay-per-view in October, how crazy is that?
That's
I mean,
awesome.
WWE is having an all-women's pay-per-view. So, yeah, you always wonder what's next.
With that being said, you've had a bunch of great matches in your career. Is there somebody out there that you haven't gone up against yet that you are waiting to see, get your hands on?
I'd have to say either Stephanie McMahon or Ronda Rousey.
I was hoping you would say Ronda. What would that be like to face her?
I don't know. They keep saying she's the toughest woman on the planet, but I think I'm the toughest woman on the planet. So,
there we go.
Shots fired.
I love
What
it.
kind of encouragement do you get for your dad, who I love, when you're going into the ring or outside of it?
You know, my dad, he's always bragging. I have to read headlines sometimes, and I'm like, no, Dad, you can't say that, please.
You know who LeVar Ball is?
Yeah.
He's like that, right? He's like, he's the greatest of all time.
I'm like, Dad, relax. No, he just always says, know who you are when you walk through that curtain. And if you give the fans 100% every single time, nothing but respect will come back to you. And that's what it's all about.
Now that you mentioned your pops, what was it like growing up in a household, knowing that, you know, Rick's your dad and famous and this big superstar? Now you got to take that on.
I guess growing up, everyone's like, what was it like? He really was just dad, other than the bleached blonde hair and the robes that I got to take to school for show and tell. But I think the hardest part for me is my dad's so open and honest. So yeah, he does embarrass me sometimes, but then I have to realize, you know, that's what makes him so special and unique, is he's always stayed true to himself. And I give him credit, but I just want to continue his legacy. And he spent so many years dedicating his life to this business, and I just want to do his legacy justice. So that's why WWE is my life. That's all I think about.
Yeah, you mentioned potentially wanting to face off against Ronda Rousey, and there's people out there that think you and Ronda could headline WrestleMania. What do you think about that?
So headlining WrestleMania is definitely a dream of mine. Who the opponent is, it really doesn't matter because I'm headlining WrestleMania. Yeah. But I think it would be the right story. And yeah, she says that she's a 4 horsewoman. I'm like, whoa, wait, I'm a Flair. I'm blood. So maybe it's 4-on-4. I don't know.
And we enjoyed the athleticism we saw in the clips, and sometimes in particular, just recently, a prominent writer had some not so flattering comments about the appearance of one of your fellow wrestlers, Peyton Royce, and just talking about how.
Don't get me heated.
Absolutely, that's
No,
why
we
I'm
wanna
bringing
get
it
you
up.
heated.
So, what about overcoming those stereotypes that come with your sports, and when people make comments like this?
Well, that's what's amazing about our job is we do have the platform to make a difference and voice our opinions on certain things like that. In terms of her appearance being criticized, I just go, aren't we past that? You wouldn't see someone sitting here saying, oh, well, Roman Reigns' hair is phenomenal, or Seth's abs, or people wouldn't be like, AJ Styles on TNA looked better than WWE. It shouldn't be a topic of conversation. And I know that we're superstars and people see us as untouchable, but we're human. And when you see negativity like that, it's gotta hurt her. Like, I just wanted to text her and be like, listen, ignore that. And my dad always said, if they're talking about you, you must be doing something right. And that's what they were doing. They were talking about her. So whether it was her looks or not, you would think that we're past that.
Very well said. I'm curious, what is something that people don't know about your job?
They don't know about our job.
Or that they're confused about? Like
That
maybe
they're
a
confused about
misconception.
that it's fake. I hate that word.
Well,
I really do hate that word. Yes, it's choreographed and the finishes are predetermined, but the bumps, the bruises, the traveling, the
That's
day
not
in,
fake.
day
Jumping
out,
off
that's
the top
not fake.
That's not fake.
No, that's not fake.
See, I used to
Yeah.
be one of those dudes. Oh man, that's fake. But then I see the scratches and the scum, like, I guess it's not fake.